It seems like all I keep hearing about is castor oil this and castor oil that, especially from people in my age range on YouTube. I'm a skeptic when it comes to miraculous claims for any product. I need evidence, I need proof. But if a product is fairly inexpensive, I'll give it a try. And that goes for castor oil. So at the age of 64, I thought I'd give it a go. If you're new here, hi, I'm GloryB, and this is GloryB-TV, a lifestyle channel for mature women who want to look fabulous, feel amazing, and age gracefully. Now, the other thing about castor oil is when I tried using it externally on my skin in the past, I mean like a couple of years ago, I had an older bottle of it, and the bottle was plastic. I really didn't get any results at that time. As it turns out, castor oil can leach some microscopic properties from the plastic bottle. So buying castor oil in dark glass is the way to go, like this. Castor oil can also get old and ineffective when it's stored over time. So if you're going to try this, plan to buy a bottle and use it up, and only buy cold-pressed, organically grown castor oil in a dark glass bottle that is hexane-free. Also, there are warnings about using castor oil if you're pregnant, so don't use it if you're pregnant or trying to conceive. Now, let's answer some questions that I had and then get into what it's done for me so far. Why does castor oil even work? Well, castor oil is antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and antifungal, which is why it works for many things with the skin and other areas of the body. It has 18 fatty acids. The main ingredient in castor oil is, and I found two different pronunciations of this word, ricinoleic acid, which is a monounsaturated fatty acid that can help lock moisture into your skin. So let's talk facial lines. Since castor oil has properties to hold moisture in, it's supposed to be great to lessen the signs of aging on your face. Now, here's the thing. Other people on YouTube were applying castor oil or a combination of castor oil plus a carrier oil to their faces at night, like slugging. I tried this a few nights in a row, putting it all over my face and neck, not slathering it on, but applying a layer. It's true that in the morning, my skin was quite soft and looked pretty good. However, the oil was applied up to my hairline and got into my hair, which made my hair look terrible. And I don't wash my hair every day, so I stopped applying the castor oil to my entire face. But that brings me to the next list of great things castor oil did for me. Now, see, it really did work for me, but in case you're a skeptic like I am, let's look at each one. Let's start with eczema and rashes. So probably my biggest issue was eczema on my underarms. Plus, before starting this, I had skin flaking above my left eye, below the eyebrow for weeks. I couldn't get rid of it no matter what I tried. So even though I stopped applying castor oil to my entire face because of the resulting oil in the hair issue, I still took a small drop on my finger and applied it at night to that dry, flaky area above my eye, and only at night. And then a few days after starting that, I would say 4 days, the flakes were completely gone. So now I apply the castor oil to that same spot for prevention, and I apply it above both eyes. So for me, that was amazing and so fast and so inexpensive. So let's talk about the other eczema issue on my underarm area. So several weeks ago, I posted a video showing where I did a 7-day water fast, hoping the eczema would go away. It went away somewhat, but not completely. Doctors who water fast patients regularly would probably have me fast for 2 or 3 weeks, but I did 1 week. Also, a couple of years ago, as I said earlier, I had heard that applying castor oil could get rid of eczema. So at that time, I had probably this bottle of castor oil at home already, but in a clear plastic bottle, and it wasn't necessarily fresh. I think I already had it. Well, after applying this one to the eczema at night for a couple weeks, I had no change. Then, of course, lately I found out that you have to use fresh castor oil that has only been stored in a dark glass bottle. So this time I started again applying the castor oil with coconut oil as a carrier oil to that area at night after taking a bath. So the area was completely clean before applying the oil. Now stay tuned and don't click off yet, because I'll be talking about the carrier oil later and how I use the castor oil without making a mess. Here's a before and after picture of the eczema areas. The after picture was taken 2 days ago. It's really amazing to me that the eczema has diminished this much in such a short time. Now, I haven't been using this for 30 days. It's been 2.5 weeks, maybe. So that's all it's been. I know a lot of YouTubers are showing their results after 30 days, but I want to come on here and tell you this much right now. Now, we had 2 really warm days a couple weeks ago, maybe right after I started using this. And I didn't want to wear a sleeveless top because the eczema was so red and noticeable. So now that it's barely visible, I'll have no problem wearing sleeveless tops and dresses once it gets warm outside again. So let's talk about pigmentation and keratoses. If you have sun damage or sunspots on your skin, and let's be honest, we were spending a lot of time in the sun without sunscreen in our younger years, then using castor oil to slowly get rid of that pigmentation can be an affordable alternative to more expensive methods. Now, I heard Sally Atkins say in her video that using castor oil got rid of her seborrheic keratoses. When I heard her say that, I thought, wait a minute, I have that on my forehead. I found the brochure my dermatologist gave me a few years ago when he said, that's what you have on your head. So now I'm applying a drop of castor oil to that area while trying not to get it near my hairline. I'll have to do a follow-up video to report on this seborrheic keratoses spot on my forehead later. It's not dark, it's more of a pinky color, so it's a little hard to see, but I can see it. Now back to the facial lines and other signs of aging. Once I realized I could apply small amounts of castor oil to targeted areas of my face instead of the entire face, I also put a bit on my upper lip lines and for prevention on the nasolabial folds here and here from my nose to my mouth, even though mine aren't too noticeable even at the age of 64. Now, I don't have under eye bags. Rather, I have under eye tear troughs that are a bit dark in color. I have a few videos where I showed how I get rid of them with makeup. I haven't noticed that applying castor oil nightly has changed that for me, but other people have said their eye bags went away or the darkness under their eyes was brightened after they started applying castor oil to the under eye area at night. Now, I apply all of my other skincare products first after washing my face at night. Then I take a bath every night. And then after the bath, I apply the castor oil. So the castor oil is the last product I apply at night. I don't have acne, but if you do, or if you get a breakout, they say put a dab of castor oil on it. Now, it sounds counterintuitive, but the properties of castor oil make it work really well with acne and breakouts. So the next time I get a little one-off breakout, I'm going to try it. I watched another YouTuber who is a doctor who said she likes to put castor oil on the back of her neck at night because it made her neck muscles not get so tense. Now, I tried this for a few nights. You might be able to guess the outcome. It wasn't so miraculous for me, and it got into my hair. So it didn't do anything for my neck muscles, and I certainly didn't like it getting into my hair. I was also concerned that if I put my hair up, that the oil on the back of my neck would get on my pillowcase. But there was still the front of my neck, right? So I've been using the near laser device on my neck and the Even Skin Lumo, which has helped my whole neck area a lot. So if I put any castor oil in the front part of my neck, it's only a small amount with the carrier oil. You probably guessed already, I don't want to get the oil on my pillowcase or in my hair. Since castor oil is antifungal, it can help to combat a fungus issue with your nails. So I've had this problem on my toenails on and off for 14 years. So now at night, I dab a drop of castor oil onto each big toe, massage it in for a few seconds, and then with the oil on my fingers, I put a bit on the rest of the nails. So by doing this, I'm probably preventing the nail from getting worse. For now, I only have this issue with one toenail on the right side, and by dabbing on the oil at night, I'm doing it for prevention, so that it's like halfway grown out now. Bad toenail, halfway, and good toenail growing in. So I want the whole nail to grow out so we can get rid of that fungus-looking nail. Many people have reported the appearance of scars improving after applying a bit of castor oil to the scar daily. And women who have stretch marks have reported that applying castor oil to the stretch marks has improved the appearance of their skin. Have you tried this? Please let me know in the comments. Many women have reported that over time, applying castor oil to their legs has improved the appearance of their skin where they have cellulite. So just applying a small amount like you would apply lotion to your legs or mixing the two together may help to do that. Truthfully, I'm a little skeptical about this one. In a study published in the International Journal of Innovative Research and Technology in 2015, the study found that applying castor oil lowered the risk and slowed the progression of bone problems such as osteoarthritis and other forms of joint pain. So I'm going to try to say these ingredients again. They're ricinoleic, oleic, linoleic, and other fatty acids in the oil were found to be effective at treating the symptoms subjects had with rheumatism, arthritis, gout, and joint pain. So again, let me know in the comments if you've had joint pain and tried castor oil on those areas. As you probably guessed, I don't apply castor oil in my hair. I just couldn't do it. I use another product that has made my eyelashes grow, so I wasn't really interested in applying the castor oil to my lashes. I think a little bit gets on because of me applying it to that brow bone area. You know, some seeps into the lashes, but then I can't see. So if I'm reading at night and a little oil gets in my eye, then I can't read. So I don't really care for that. But when I'm putting it up there, I end up getting some on my brows anyway. I'm just applying it with my finger, though, not with a lash brush or some kind of other little brush. Now, other people have reported that getting a bit of the oil in their eyes has cleared up their floaters. Dr. Janine, an eye doctor on YouTube, said to put a bit on the eyelids before you go to bed at night to get rid of floaters and not to put it in your eye. Well, I'm already doing that, right? She actually pointed to the area where I'm putting it to get rid of the dryness. I have floaters in this eye, and I was in an event a week and a half ago in a place where they had these beautiful lights. It was an old building. And I thought, oh, these lights are beautiful. And all of a sudden I saw floaters in my left eye that I had never seen before. Like, okay, those are new floaters. I can't usually see those. So we'll see if that clears up. Another doctor who uses castor oil herself, I think her name was Aramo or something, she said she puts about 1 or 2 teaspoons of castor oil on her entire abdomen area from below her breasts to the lower pelvic area before putting on pajamas at night. She said over time it can help with menstrual cramps and other reproductive organ issues, and she infers it absorbs into the body through the skin and has a positive impact on her digestive tract, including leading to a good poop in the morning. So I've been applying this that way the entire time I've been trying it out, but mixing it with a carrier oil, it hasn't changed my digestive process. I already have good poops in the morning and later in the day, which is all due to my diet. And I don't have menstrual issues, of course, but I just keep using it in that area because first, it's not going to hurt me. And second, it's not getting into my hair in that area. And third, I put pajamas on over it. So I'm more interested in how applying castor oil to the abdomen is helping out other people. Now, Sally Atkins said she used it to reduce postmenopausal belly fat. She put a few drops into her belly button while lying down and then rested for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, she massaged the oil into her abdomen. And she did this for 30 days. I tend to run out of time at the end of the day, and I feel like I don't have an extra 20 minutes to lie down with the oil in my belly button. So I just rub the oil into my entire area, like I said earlier, and like that other doctor. Now, Sally said after doing her method for even a few nights, in the morning, her belly area looked flatter than it had been. Now, I think my diet and my abs video workouts contribute to a flat stomach area for me, but I'll keep applying the castor oil to my midsection and lower abdomen. It can only help. It's not going to hurt me. For that area, is it anti-inflammatory? Is it helping with whatever is causing the belly bloat? I don't know. But other people have said this works for them. And I'd love to know in the comments if you've tried this for a while, if it works for you to get rid of belly bloat and have a flatter tummy. Now, the castor oil that I purchased comes in an 8-ounce brown glass bottle. I didn't buy 16 ounces. I just wasn't committing that much. I thought I'll start with 8 ounces. Now, when I bought it, it just had this regular cap on it. And I was just, dispensing it straight out of the bottle. And it was messy to dispense. So then I decanted some of it into a clean 1-ounce cobalt blue glass dropper bottle, thinking I can just use the dropper method better, right? Well, that was actually really messy too. And the castor oil is so thick that the dropper would only fill about 1/3 of the way. Now, some people decant an entire bottle that comes with a cap into, my hands are getting messy, into another glass brown bottle, like a 16-ounce or 8-ounce glass pump bottle. But by then, I was just done with the messiness of decanting the castor oil. So instead, I bought this pump directly, okay, and separately on Amazon. And the description for the pump said the tube was 8 inches long and then I could cut the tube. So that's what I expected to have to do. But when the pump arrived, the tube was actually only like 5 inches long, which was the exact size I needed. So attaching the pump dispenser to the actual castor oil bottle, this was a game changer. Really, no more mess. I don't get any of the oil on the bathroom countertop. By itself, castor oil is very thick and a little sticky. So, as I said earlier, you can mix castor oil with a carrier oil. So, I bought a coconut oil that's intended for the skin to use as a carrier oil. And I mix the two oils together in my hand. Now, some people decant both bottles into one empty dark glass bottle, but I didn't want to do that, the mess. The coconut oil I bought came in this 16-ounce dark bottle. Now, this one I notice is plastic, but I think that's okay with this kind. But it came with the pump, which is even better. I'll list and link it in the description box below and in the first comment. Now, the coconut oil for the skin is it's liquidy. So, as I said earlier, I mix the castor oil with the coconut oil when I apply it to the eczema and to my stomach area. So I use about half a pump of this coconut oil and probably 2 pumps of the castor oil, and I pump them both into my left hand. Then I rub both hands together and apply it to my skin. Then I put on my pajamas Socks on my feet, obviously, because I put it on my toes so that I don't get the oil on the bed sheets. So the results I've had so far, I consider to be quite good, especially for the price, and reversing some skin things and other health-related things that I've had for a while. So I think it's worth a try if you haven't tried it yet. And I suggest starting out with just an 8-ounce bottle of castor oil and apply it wherever you want to give it a try. Now, you've likely thought about problem areas of your own as I've discussed mine. I've researched good brands and I've listed them below in the description box and in the first comment of the video. Remember, I'm 64 years old now. So if this worked well for me, it will probably work well for you too. Check out those products I've listed and linked to, and then check out one of my other videos by tapping its image on the right side of your screen. And I'll see you in the next video.